Able to finish loading this map called Faerland's Chapter 1.
It's really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really big.
It might never load.
It might not.
It's all loaded up.
Yeah, it loaded for me.
Well, yeah, they said trap, so I know theirs loaded up.
I see.
I found that token, and I thought it'd just be perfect for you guys.
I will show you what I'm saying.
Joke's on us. It's actually a big tarp, and the token's just misspelled.
I mean,
really
I mean,
big.
the Joker here, you know, is what I see. There you go. Or sorry, the Riddler. That's who it is.
Yeah.
The Riddler. And his accomplice, the mini Riddler.
I think that means it's loading, but if it's been that way forever,
yeah, it's been that way.
You might be fucked.
That's what I'm saying.
I have to make a single NPC.
Oh my gosh, it finally loaded after like 10 minutes.
/nuke.
No.
So yeah, I'm thinking whole new PC, by the way, Garrett.
Nice. Go for it, dude. If you can afford it, it's a tool you'll enjoy.
Oh, I know.
And you'll use every day.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, that means it's worth spending a little extra money to make sure it's nice.
Yeah, so my buddy has convinced me that I should do a liquid cooler for the CPU.
Oh, God.
You know, guys, my $400 PC works really good. You know,
Yeah,
can't play.
That's the other thing, though. Nick does have a point. You don't need a super duper high top line machine to, you know, like.
For what I'm doing, I kind of do.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing streaming
Well,
and
go
gaming
for
at the
it.
same time, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, streaming. Yeah, probably need some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you bought last year's model, it would probably still do the job.
So let's stop you there, buddy. I build them. I don't buy pre-built ones. The only thing that I buy pre-built is like laptops.
I wasn't saying pre-built. What I was saying is last year's model.
Right.
So, you know, like when you say that Intel chips are on the 10,000 series now,
yeah, they're at...
go back to the 9,000 and take a look at those prices. You know,
they're still ridiculous.
And then go back a couple more.
Right. Yeah. Back to the 7s.
No point in doing that.
Or maybe, you know, I've heard the Pentium was a really good family of processors.
You know.
Do they even still call them Pentiums?
You know,
or is that like not a thing anymore?
There's a shed I need to take you guys to out back.
Well, cool, man.
Quiet.
Get your shit.
Please.
Build it.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Wait, have you ordered everything yet, or
no? I'm waiting.
Like
for
waiting on something.
Tomorrow, they announced the NVIDIA 3000 series or 30 series, however you want to look at it. Which could potentially push down the other RTX prices.
Do you play any Minecraft?
I do not.
Because in my opinion, the most impressive use of RTX is in 2 games. And I haven't seen all the RTX games, but most of them. But
so
Battlefield 5 does it extremely well, and then Minecraft also does it extremely well.
Well, I was thinking that, you know, when I upgrade, I could also be using the RTX for like VR gaming.
Well, I mean the RTX technology wouldn't.
Well, it's not really the RTX, but I'm saying
VR,
because of the CPU throughput of the RTX chips,
Oh yeah,
not for the
yeah,
ray
yeah.
tracing itself. I'm saying,
Oh, dude, I was doing VR on a graphics card half as powerful as the one I have right now. So,
what are you doing it on?
it was a 9800. I think it was a GTX.
There was no
I'd have to go
9800.
9800. It was like the 9 series.
You mean 980 then?
GT. Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, there
Cut
is no
off
9800.
I don't know these things.
So it started at, there was the Generation 2, then went Generation, up till Generation 10.
So anyway, it's 9800 GTX.
It's not 9800,
so, like the nice version of it or whatever it is.
980.
Yeah, and it ran VR no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, all I'm trying to say is the very cutting edge of technology is not needed to run anything that's out there right now. Like, you don't need it. It's nice to have it. I'm not saying don't go buy it.
I'm hearing a lot of don't buy it.
Anyway.
I was also making sure that we're actually
he's gonna buy it.
So anyways, I was wanting to see, one, what the cost is of like the 3090 RTI or TI is.
$3,000.
No,
when it first comes out.
Usually it's about 1500.
Yeah.
I
guess we'll see tomorrow.
Yes, we will. But I was also like, what I was doing right now is just looking for parts so I could part it out.
Gotcha.
Because I was thinking of getting like, do you know what the M.2 chips are?
Like the storage?
Yeah, it's solid state.
Yeah, I have one. They're awesome.
Yeah, see, I don't have any of those, and I was like, well, I should get one of those for this one.
You should. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like, you probably want to get more than one if you can afford it.
So I have one that's Evo and one that's Pro, and the Pro is a lesser version. The Evo uses multi-cell technology for the solid state. The Pro does not. But the difference between a terabyte of both is like one is half the price of the other.
Let me see what I have. Well, device manager doesn't want to tell me. Why not?
So we're gonna go ahead and get started in about 5 minutes. I got all my stuff set up.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Do you know?
Let's go. Or wait, hold on. Nobody else coming? Hey, Josh.
What about Matt?
I think he's coming. Matt is at the house and he's ready to be back, but he's not.
Oh, you won't have Rachel for Friday's night game. She's going to the beach.
Okay. And you're going to be there?
For Friday? Yeah.
Okay.
It was a, so she used to play Derby when Derby was allowed. But with the COVID, that was not allowed anymore. So she had planned a trip with the girls before.
I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole
Cool.
area
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to getting to actually play this Blades thing. I think it's going to be pretty neat.
Oh, another reason I'm starting to speed up the ordering process of this PC to build it is because I'll probably be taking a break from D&D when Shadowlands comes out.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Right? Yeah, no. I mean, you did the same thing for what? Borderlands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave you guys heads up, you know.
It's cool, man. I'm not saying anything.
Wait, what's going on?
Man knows what he values, and what he values is fucking video games. Okay.
I also
Gotta
have
get it on.
I also have other friends that I play with too. I'm just saying.
Of course.
Oh, you talking about Friday games and stuff?
I was letting him know that when Shadowlands comes out, I'm going to be taking a break on some things.
Shadowlands. Yes, I totally know what that is.
You do? Good.
No.
What do you mean you don't know what Shadowlands is? You're not hip.
I don't know.
He's not playing World of Warcraft.
I
Warcraft?
can tell.
Oh, okay.
It's the next expansion of World of Warcraft. It comes out.
God. There's another one. Damn, man.
Garrett, do you know when it comes out?
Do I know when it comes out?
Yeah.
You're lucky I knew it was fucking associated with World of Warcraft, dude.
I mean, you literally could type in Shadowlands and it would come up.
I could Google it, but that would take work.
It would.
I would have to move my fingers in a very specific pattern.
You'd have to wag your fingers.
Weeks.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Months to learn. I feel like this is just Walter talking to Drax now.
Yes.
Let's see. We gotta make sure we change our DM colors so we, do DM things.
No, you just have to turn on the engagement like Sister uses. And what Brother Corvus uses.
Oh, much better.
Or you can just do what I did. And
Yeah,
the players never hit shit.
We need to update.
We can't see your rolls.
No, we can. He's BDB.
Yeah, well, I mean, we see the results, but we can't see the dice. They're just shadows.
No, he's just rolling the dice itself.
Yes.
Yeah, but he was changing the color.
Even
Telling him we can't see his dice.
Well, the joke is even I can't see it because now I made them like pure white with text. It's a mystery for all of us. Okay. All right. So, last time. Right, that's a good start. Shame you wasted that now. Okay.
Yeah,
So, last time, you all finished your business in the small town of Fionn, leaving with gold in your pockets and a means of independent travel. You began making your way south to the city of Airfell, which you all decided would be the next leg of your journey. It was mostly peaceful. You spotted a griffin out in the distance, and you enjoyed the cool breeze and the sights up until you approached the riverbed. At which point an elf girl ran out, screaming that she needed your help. And a little wary and expecting payment, the party decided to follow her down to the riverbank, just in time to see a woeful moments away from drowning her two companions in the river. A battle ensued, which ultimately culminated in a victory for you all. Though near the end, Corvus was battered unconscious. Eshlik, in a moment of panic, decided to place the heart of Gaia on his chest, which activated it and caused him to be stabilized. Drax managed to get off a clutch suggestion spell, which caused two of the Wolfos to basically start fighting each other, or not Wolfos, two of the Kelpies to start fighting each other, and they disappeared under the water and never to be seen again.
Good job there.
Let's see. Boris managed to pull I believe Eshlik put an arrow into Russell to wake him up, and Boris went in there after them to help pull them out of the water, successfully saving the two from drowning. And that's where we'll pick up. As I pull up the map. Okay. So you're all there on the riverbank, and I believe Corvus has Corvus been healed? I'm not entirely sure. I
don't know.
Don't think he's.
Can you share the map?
Yet.
I don't think so.
River encounter. There it is.
Yeah, Matt's almost here. So.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
So Arya moves up and kneels beside Corvus and touches him and gives him a point of health.
Oh, there's 2 Aryas here.
There's an Arya and a Cadence.
No, my screen, there's 2 Arya tokens and a Cadence.
Oh, I don't see that.
I also do not see that.
Although I do see that if you go this way, you're going to drown soon.
Do you see that? So yeah,
there's a tree.
Also see
back. Will be back up.
Also see 2 of your.
Is Boris.
She's gonna cast
2 of your little buddies.
spell.
Oh, I also saw 2 Walter the White Wizards.
Must be seeing 2 when we move our tokens.
Interesting. Well, luckily we won't have to be on this map for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you push me the map?
Close this map.
I don't know. How do I push it to one person?
You can just right click and say
Just
share.
right click and push it to everybody. If you have it already open, it won't change anything.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I relaunched it. That fixed all my issues.
You all right, Drax? You're looking a little confused.
Yes. No
Here,
horse. No horse meat from water horse.
Hey, careful with the. We have ladies down here. Don't want you scaring them.
So at that moment, Arya will finish casting her little spell on Corvus, healing him up, and will lean back, still visibly soaked and panting from the ordeal. Oh my god. Who are you? Are you hunters? And then Cadence will speak up. Well, they'll be daft, you cunt. Of course they're hunters. They got a gremlin, a giant, and a nerd. You just don't see that kind of diversity in other professions.
Hey.
Hello. I am Cadence. This is my sister Arya, and this is our brother Russell. Thank you. Thank you for what you did today.
Yeah, about what we did today. I'm a little mystified as to what the hell was dragging you into that river.
Well, wasn't it obvious? It was just a bunch of water spirits coming to ruin our day. Ruined our picnic, threw all our shit in the river. Almost killed us. Almost got all 3 of us, but guess I'm just a little bit more charismatic. And she'll look over at Arya and give her like a snide smirk. And Arya will like shake her head, call her a cunt. Now, yous all hunters, and hunters need to be paid for their work, but I'm afraid we have nothing on us. But it seems that with the loss of our instruments, we're not quite able to defend ourselves, and you probably are seeking payment for your services. So I'm sure we can work out an arrangement here where we can all travel to Airfield together, and you could come to our. We have a concert tonight, and if you were to come join us at the tavern, you're welcome to half of our earnings for the night.
Okay. Well, I mean, we are going to Airfield.
Russell looks like upset at the when she says half of the earnings, but Cadence will hold out her hand and like push him away like the adults are talking.
Well, hi there, lady. How much do you usually make in a night?
It depends on the crowd, you know. Depends on how good the performance is. But honestly, this took a lot longer. We didn't really mean to stay here this long. We only meant to have a quick lunch, but we should. If we're going to make our show, you're going to make your money. We should get going.
Oh yes, we have a cart back on the road.
Oh, wonderful. Shall we go then?
Yes, let's get the hell away from these water spirits.
To our cart we go.
All right. So right now it's about noon. You guys left pretty early in the morning, and you were following the path down here. So naturally, it's probably around 2:00, because you guys spent a night. So no, it's noon. You guys spent the night. So you'll probably be able to get to Airfell if you continue on the path without any like bigger detours. You probably get there in like 4 to 5 hours of at a steady pace. So if you guys want to head back to the cart,
Steady
your horses
pace it
are
up.
still there.
Let's do this. Hiya! Go horse! Ha!
Okay, so we get up there. Let's see. I have to check a couple things on your sheets real quick.
Did you actually heal brother for 1?
No, he was healed for like 4 or 5. She casted a cure wounds.
Yeah, so you have to update where's his wound.
You do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that Heart of Gaia and sort of give it a once over. And you said it cracked, right? Like
It is, yes, it is cracked. A large crack goes all the way down the center of one of the sides of the one of the faces of it, and it no longer has that faint glow that it had.
I'm gonna say, here you go, Walt.
Oh, I catch
Nice
it.
gem for you.
Well, normally we like them not all shattered like this one, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Thank you, sister.
Indeed.
So yeah, looking at your sheets, it looks like Corvus. When we get back to your cart, you notice something interesting. You notice some torn fabric caught on one of like the protruding nails on the edge of the cart, going over the side, and it doesn't belong to any of you.
What doesn't belong to anyone?
Yeah, it's like a small torn off piece of like a cloak that is like just caught between like the nail and the like this protruding nail in the wood of the cart.
These motherfuckers.
So you're saying we have a stowaway?
Check in the cart, guys.
I'm gonna nudge sister. And
Either we've been robbed or
give the look at the.
So
I'm checking in the cart.
okay, yeah. If you want to look, you can make an investigation check. If you want to like search around the cart for see if there's anything. All right. So yeah, you can look around the cart, and it wasn't like you guys were storing a ton of shit on this cart. Like you had just gotten this cart, and so nothing appears to be missing. It appears that somebody, while you were down there, took the opportunity to come and search your cart for something, and it doesn't seem like anything's missing though.
I hope he didn't fuck with my beer.
I'm gonna grab the piece of cloak off the nail and sniff it. You know what I smell, boys? I smell a jerk. I think
A jark.
Jerk is
What's a jark?
A jerk.
not
Yes,
talking to you.
a jerk. He
You know?
says jerk real weird.
Well, Wizard, why don't you take out your crystal ball and track this man down?
Indeed. Why don't I do that? Because that's not how magic works.
Is it not?
And
Are you a wizard?
checking.
Arla seems pretty pretty interested in that.
Yeah, I do not have anything that would help me locate an object or scry upon a target.
What about Portland?
Portent? Does that do?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to make a perception check.
Oh, am I trying to make a check?
That's up to you.
In a theoretical situation in which we were trying to track this guy down. Just saying. That would be like using divinations.
Sure. I mean, not much of a tracker, but
so you wanna try to look around and see if you see like Jark or anything suspicious. You can go ahead and do that. You make a perception check.
Like, can I like search my memory and see if I can remember Jark wearing a cloak of this, fabric and color? What I'm suggesting is maybe a history check.
Sure. Huh. When you guys roll something, what it rolls is not what it ends up being for me. Yeah, he was absolutely wearing a tattered cloak of this color.
That son of a bitch.
Well, we should look for missing objects.
It also means he can't be far. We were only at the lake for what? Maybe 10 minutes?
Yep, about that long. That's it.
I'm going to send Baez up into the sky. Up 120 feet high and see if he spots anything around us.
All right. So you can make a perception check from Baez's point of view.
Okay, so I think he uses my perception. I am not sure. 1 second. So no, I use his perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He should get a +3 to that.
So 5 or 6?
Yeah. So 5. Yeah.
Okay, 5. Yeah, it's there's a lot of movement with the nice breeze that's going through. It's shaking the trees, and Baez looks around, and you look through his eyes, and you can't quite make out any like movement like of people apart, like walking through like the nearby forest or on the trail, apart from any other of the distracting things like the trees or like some animals running. So I don't believe what he sees. He sees anybody like that.
I'm gonna tell everybody he's got to be close to us. Don't see him moving.
The two girls look at each other. Like they're starting to look a little worried. They don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Well, maybe they should just mind their own business, I guess. Walter, hand me that mysterious amulet.
You mean this one? This one right here?
You don't know that you have it, but it's in your pocket.
Oh, okay. I reach my hand in my pocket and pull out an amulet.
Why don't we just see if we can't get him to show himself? And I'm just gonna hold up the amulet and call out his name and tell him to just show himself and bargain for the amulet if that's what he wants.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to amplify Sister's voice. So that
I can just use prestidigitation myself.
You could, but I used it on you. Ha.
I use it on you while you're casting your spell, so you cast it really loud like an idiot.
I don't really know if that's one of the effects that prestidigitation can take.
It is now, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably not, actually.
What is?
What is it?
Amplifying voice. I think prestidigion's more for like minor sensory things.
Yeah, I think that's the cleric one that does that.
Yeah, and even thaumaturgy, it doesn't say you can like make a big boom. It's more like subtle noises.
Anyway,
yeah, just for sake of narrative,
I'm gonna make a shower of sparks. How about that?
Sure.
I can do that.
Me too.
Why not roll a persuasion check?
Okay. And
So
use the friends cantrip.
So I cast Minor Illusion to help aid in this, because that can be a scream in terms of sound.
We are setting up the best like advertisement of where this fucking amulet is.
For example, a
ever seen.
A lion's roar, a beating of drums, or any other sound I choose. What's the loudest sound you want me to make off of this thing?
Basically, I'm already going to get advantage on the check.
Do the Fox movie intro, you know. Dun, 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 dun,
oh, okay, sure, yeah. So I'm playing that on the.
Just let me work, people.
On the recorder.
Thank you. Yes, very nice. Benton Jark, show yourself and bargain for this amulet like a man or an orc or whatever you are. And you said a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Okay. No way this could go wrong. And I'm using friends cantrip, so.
Wait, and what is that? What's the word? What are the words of that cantrip?
The words of that cantrip are, I get advantage on, for the duration, I have advantage on all charisma checks directed towards a creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes that you used magic and becomes hostile towards you. Yeah. Well, he's going to show himself one way or the other, folks.
Good point.
It lasts for 1 minute.
Interesting.
Jark! Show yourself.
Okay. So, Corvus, out of the corner of your eye, approximately, like 120 feet away from you, behind a couple of trees, just in a blink of an instant, you see something. You see a man materialize.
I think your cheese has brought a mouse, sister.
There you are.
He doesn't approach, but he does show himself to you. What are you going to say?
I say, here is your prize, right here. You don't have to keep up with these subterfuges. Just make us an offer. We are not willing to die over this, and I don't think you are either. So let's come to a deal.
Well, maybe he is.
I just sort of hit brother with the elbow. Not yet.
He waits for a second. I'll hear a price.
Well, I think the price is everything you have.
Wait, is he still 120 feet away? Is he like really shouting at us?
Shouting. I assume you're shouting back.
I say in a non-shouty voice to sister, get him closer.
Well, okay, but
we'll take him.
What is the price we're asking for this relic?
100
500
gold.
Sure.
Don't think so small, Goblin.
Oh,
Well, no,
1,000
but
gold.
we just want to get him closer so that we can kick his ass, right?
Ask him
Have-
how much
have
gold
you-
he wants or he
Have
wants
you
to
no
give.
honor, wizard? I mean, we have
None whatsoever.
Out one more time. I'll hear your price.
500 gold.
He looks you over.
From 120 feet away.
Yep, he just kind of was like looking over the whole party.
It's magic, okay? He's using magic eyes.
I mean, maybe.
I feel his eyeballs on me. They're enhanced somehow.
You seem to have piqued his interest. He's thinking about it. He shakes his head.
I will I'll walk forward about 30 feet.
Once you get, after about 20 feet of movement, he steps behind the tree.
Okay.
Old scary jerk.
I mean, I'm basically like coming in peace, so.
Yeah, I think he knows.
He's just out of there, or he said he steps behind the tree,
He doesn't seem to do anything else, but he steps behind the tree.
Does he disappear, or is he just standing behind a tree?
He disappears from your view.
Okay, I'll come forward to about the halfway point.
Hey, sister, careful. You're just at my range.
I don't know what that means. Why?
The halfway point is 60 feet from where I'm standing. So any farther than that, and I'm going to be very limited in how I help you.
I mean, I'm just going to go there, and if he doesn't come halfway, I mean, I'm not going to go any further. And then, I mean, if it goes on for more than a minute, he's going to, like, be pissed at my magical use on him. So that's that.
That is true. That is true. So if you get within half, go ahead and make a perception check. See if you can see if he's still there. It looks like he's gone, but at the same time, it doesn't look like there's any like tracks leading. It's kind of like last time we saw him. But I don't know. I think you'd get the sense that after this whole confrontation, the attitude and his like demeanor was much different than the last time you spotted him. He seemed almost like he was like ready to make a deal there.
Yeah, but then he ran away.
Well, not that ready.
Well, I think
I'm just gonna say. Well, no hard feelings. Let me know when you're ready to bargain, and please stay out of our belongings.
I'm gonna look over at
And I'll walk back.
at Ari and Cadence and say, "See, that's why I call him a jerk. He's a big fat jerk."
I'm confused. Is that his name or is that a nickname you've given him?
Well, see, here in Arafel, what you call a person that's kind of a big ass asshole is a jerk.
I'm from there, Phil.
Yeah. Well, you
Never
know,
heard that before.
Arafel's very stratified society. Maybe you
Yes, very, very large city.
live in the
Big
circles
region.
I did. Yes. Anyway, they're called jerks. Assholes, that is.
Okay. Good to know. So yeah. You go ahead and can make your way back to the cart if you'd like, and decide if you are you guys ready to move forward and head on to Airfill.
Yeah.
Oh wait, before we go,
Sure.
can I make a check on my brewing equipment to see if Jerk messed with it at all?
Make an investigation check.
And while you're looking at your brewing equipment, I'm gonna ask Drax and brother and sister, guys, I know if I feel safe traveling with that guy shadowing us.
Oh, we'd be
Wait,
fine.
why do I have advantage?
I don't know, but you dropped a 15, and it doesn't look. It looks like your stuff has been touched, but not messed with.
Well, Walter, what choice do we have?
Oh, so it looks like
could
he
go
like looked
chase
behind
him
me or
down.
something.
Yeah.
Motherfucker following us. Well, we set a trap.
He has some sort of invisibility magic.
Yeah, so we set a trap. We make it look like we get really drunk tonight. And then leave the amulet there sitting right in the middle of the, fucking campsite by the fire.
Hey,
He'll come and try to take it, and we will kick his ass.
One question here, guys. Why does the big man not have the amulet? Why we give skinny tiny man amulet?
Oh, he very powerful.
Look, I only have the amulet because it keeps appearing in my pocket no matter what I do.
Well, that sounds like magic.
Yes, you cursed. Cursed.
I think it may be magic of some kind.
Cursed. You
That's
cursed.
magic if
wizard.
I've ever seen magic.
Well, I assure you, if you give me amulet, it will not appear back in your pocket. I will keep safeguard.
The amulet is safe. The amulet is safe. I'm gonna sleight of hand it onto Boris's, like in his pouch somewhere.
Cool. You can make a sleight of hand check if you like. And if Boris, if you want to,
Oh, jeez.
it's not very subtle. Like you kind of just walk up there and like slap him in the chest and put it in there, but you like look him in the eye the whole time. It's kind of a power move. You like work it into his pocket like while staring him in the eye.
Well, yep, yes. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I asked for.
I still say that. I mean, yes, we should be careful, but I mean, if we can just make a deal with
Well, yeah, but
Mark, I mean,
a deal.
what does this thing even do? Why do we?
I don't know. Hey,
why do we
actually,
want it? It seems to be his anyway. We sort of stole it from him.
it'll only take me 10 minutes if you happen to have a pearl.
You have already identified this once.
Oh, okay.
You know that it is a device that stores and transferred like charges for another device.
Well, it's obviously important.
And
Maybe-
I think you guys determined that it was the other half to another device that he has. Neither of which had his name on them, though.
I suppose, we could also just break for the city, and once we're in the city, his job will be in some ways more difficult and in some ways easier. Yeah.
So, you would know that you're very close to Olin's Crossing, which is basically like the marking point for Greater Airfell at that point. And that's about where you're going to start seeing like guards and soldiers like patrolling. So it is a safer place to be, in theory.
Yes, I think we should get rolling, guys.
Okay. Fine, let's move on. Just
Okay.
somebody here. I'm going to take this shield and put it behind my back on the cart here. In case Jark decides to fucking shoot us with the arrows. I don't know that's going to happen, but I've got a premonition.
Hey, can anyone heal? I'm fairly wounded from our encounter back there.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I'm like badly wounded.
you're kind of like bleeding all over the place. And
Yes,
Oh,
it's
shit.
not. I feel had worse, but give me
Corvus.
another 2 hours. I might be lightheaded.
Corvus, you're totally unconscious.
No, he's awake.
Well,
Oh,
can we take a short rest as we
Yeah,
ride into town?
you could take a short rest as you travel. I'd say we can go. I'll go ahead and
Wow.
provide that.
Okay, I got a question about the
Dude.
amulet.
Oh, hey, just
Question
fix
about
it.
the amulet.
It's on a chain, right? Or is it just
It is not.
Okay.
It's more like a locket than an amulet. Honestly,
it has
Do
something
you
to
mean
like
it's-
put a chain on it.
Do you mean it's the pendant of the locket, or is it?
it's like it's like its own device. Like it's like a hollow device that has a it's about the size of a locket or a pendant, and it's that shape. But when you look at it, and there's like a glass plane on one side, and on the inside you can see the gears and this little gem, and then on the other side there's this little knob that it looks like if you can rotate it with your fingers, and it looks like it might like insert into another device, which is what you assume is what Jark has.
But does it have a spot to put a chain on it
No.
to wear it around your neck?
No.
No? Okay.
Fits in the pocket. Hey, you think this horse could go faster?
Make an animal handling check.
Go handle it and see what happens.
Oh yeah, 16.
I think we also have a song of rest in the party too, right? So that'll
Yeah.
help you guys heal.
That would be nice.
Oh, ouchie.
Oh, are we doing a short rest?
Yeah.
Yay.
Roll me some
Wait.
hit dice there.
How many hit dice do I get on a short rest? Is just the one?
No,
It's
it's
like however-
Yeah, you have.
so you could use all three, but when you take a long rest, you only get half of the hit dice that you use back.
I will.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a D6 for the song of rest.
Oh yeah, I have Song of Rest. That's right. I will play you a song.
Do you play a song?
I play the Song of Rest and Relaxation.
Yeah, so it's a D8 at 9th level, so D6 to begin with. Okay.
Nice.
As you pull out your instrument and begin playing your Song of Rest, the two elf girls look at each other, and Aria whispers something to her sister, and then Cadence looks at you with a raised eyebrow, and then they just go back to talking and listening. But you seem to have piqued their interest.
Dude, rock it there, Drax.
They found a short
I'm liking
song.
that tune. Wait, what is that tune? I can't hear it.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm listening to the
What?
tune. I can't hear the tune.
All right.
So, it's not a long distance. It's probably like an hour and a half to Olin's Crossing. I still don't really understand distances very well. I'm bad at that. So, someone give me a perception check for the trip.
Oh, we got music going for the trip.
There you go. Perception.
Perfect. All right.
Let's go,
So-
horses. Ah!
All right, so yeah, and the horses will work a little bit harder to move a little bit faster. They are carrying 3 more people now, and the cart is packed. Like you are shoulder to shoulder, no space. But yeah, it moves a little bit faster. And while you don't see anything necessarily dangerous, you do see up in the distance, after about an hour, the Olin's Crossing, this massive dry stone bridge. That goes over this branch of the river, and as you approach,
Village here.
there's no village, but it does seem to be think like 200-foot tall bridge,
Holy shit.
big enough for galleys and ships to go under, and it seems like as you come around here, the river is getting is thinner. We're back to a little bit wider than the part of the river you were just at, but because this is more of a main branch of the river. But it seems to have been at some point like man-made. It's definitely like designed to pull off of the main river. It's not near. It's about half as wide, and. And as you approach this bridge, it's just the scale just starts to set on you. It's like It's like it's like 60 feet wide and 150 feet tall at its tallest point above the water.
Holy smoke! You guys see this architecture? It's amazing. Look what people can do with the aid of magic and stuff.
Yeah, and so let's see. So as you approach it, at the base of the staircase that goes up, there stand 2 guards, and they are wearing just these simple breastplates, and they seem to have a cross. One has a crossbow, and one has a spear and a shield. And they don't seem to pay you any mind as you approach and start your ascent up the ramp to the actual crossing.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the guards. Hey, how you doing, man?
Afternoon, citizen.
Yep. Just checking on, how you doing?
I'm
always love a good guard,
Thanks.
Yeah. What's your name? My name's Walter.
I'm James.
Nice to meet you, James. Hey, keep guarding the way you're guarding. We're gonna cross the bridge.
Okay. Can do. He just plants his spear. Seems to be putting it he seems to be standing extra at attention to put on a little show for you now that you've noticed him. But yeah, so you make your way up, and you have to go a little bit slower because it's a bit steep. It's not like a comfortable incline, but it's not dangerous by any means. And as you get up to the top, you see another 2 guards. Then in the same clothes and in the same armor and with the same weapons. And that's when we get to the top. You'll notice that you're not the only people up there. There besides these guards, there's some other carts crossing the bridge at this time. And the way this is set up is in the center of the bridge, halfway across. There is what seems to be some sort of a tower, guard tower. You can see that there's people patrolling up top, walking around. There's also at that part of the bridge, there's in the center. There are on either side. There are 2 balustae that are about 40 feet apart from each other on either side and pointing downwards towards the water. And as you walk up, you'll notice that they have it's kind of a touristy location. They've got telescopes set up on various points on the bridge, and there are people. There's there's a small family that you'll pass. There's a father and a son, and you can hear the son as you pass. He's like, Papa, I see it. Oh, it looks so small. How do the sails carry them up the river? And you hear the father as you pass. He's trying to explain how galleys work. And so yeah, as you approach this guard tower in the very center of the bridge, there's a door on the side of it, and it opens up, and out steps a man in a blue robe that is with white trims, and on the back of it, it has the airfill crest of a griffin and a crown and a castle. And he walks out. He's holding a book in his hand, and he walks to the edge of the bridge, and he just looks down. And as you get closer, you notice Walter. You probably would notice that he starts to he's chanting something. He's casting some sort of spell.
I'm gonna take my hat off with the griffin feather in it and just wave at him. Hey man, how you doing? Casting a spell on us. Gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
He doesn't seem to notice you. He seems to be concentrating on what he's doing. But after a brief second, he looks up and he starts and he seems to be scanning the bridge. And he looks down beneath him, and then he turns and he sees as you're walking by, his eyes scan, and then they lock onto Boris for just a brief second, and he squints. And then he looks, and then he starts looking around at other people.
I'll wave back at him.
All right. He doesn't wave, but he does nod at you before he looks over at the other people. Walter, Yeah. You probably you might be able to recognize this spell. He is some sort of like he seems like some sort of magic detecting kind of thing going on. He seems to be making his rounds on the bridge, as he probably works with the guard. And yeah, he scans around, and he walks, and he once he seems satisfied, he circles around to the other side of the guard tower, and as you guys continue making your way, and yeah, as you get to the other end of the bridge, you'll notice that it's the same thing. It's 2 more guards at the top and 2 more guards at the bottom. And from the top of the bridge, before you start descending, you really get a gorgeous view of the area that separates Olin's Crossing from Airfell. And after the bridge, you really start to enter the greater Airfell area, where the farmlands that supply the city and the nearby towns really are just sprawl across the hills and the fields. You can see fields of wheat and farms where they seem to be making wine, and places and just fields of cabbage and carrots and just agriculture for as far as the eye can see for miles. And it's really quite a peaceful, homely sight. And yeah, you can start making your way down.
I'm just gonna sniff the air and be like, "Ah, Airfell, it's good to be back." And I'll be back in a minute.
All right. So yeah, walking your way through the Airfell countryside, there's not much to really see. It's a beautiful day. All days seem to be beautiful for the last few weeks. It's nearing the end of the month of a long sun, which is near the end of summer. And as you go by, you'll the fields. You'll walk past. Maybe you're walking past a farm, and a farmer will out in the field will wave to you guys and go back to plowing his fields. And I don't know. There's not much to do but really just look around. And why doesn't everyone give me a perception check just to see what you guys can see as you approach this grand city in the distance? Yeah, so I think Boris and Esh, like you guys are really on point. You're just really taking in the scenery right now, and I'd say that you probably noticed, maybe about 3 miles out, this speck floating in the sky, and they seem to be there seems to be 2 or 3 of them together, flying, like they seem to be flying in formation, and as you get as you squint a little bit, you'll notice that they seem to be some sort of flying horse with riders mounted on their backs, and they seem to be running either some sort of drill or patrol right now. Why don't you guys make a history check, see if you can figure out what that is.
Yes, the Pegasus Riders of Airfell, legendary.
Yeah. So you do recognize them, Ash, like, and from your history books that you learned at the temple, and they told you that these are the Periton Guard, and they are the elite, basically the Air Force of the region of Airfell, and they over a long period of history they've been basically the main cavalry force in most of the conflicts between Dolam and Airfell in the past, whereas no one else really had that many flying creatures in the area ready for what's the word I'm looking for, domestication. So it always provided a very good advantage. And so yeah, as you make your way closer to this large city in distance, the scale starts to dawn on you as these walls just keep growing higher and higher, and higher, and wider and wider, and more traffic is starting to appear as you get closer to the city, as other carts are and other travelers are making their way to the capital city for either trade or for travel or just for pleasure. And as you get closer to the gate of the city, you start to make out what is the bulwark that protect that is famed for its impenetrability, and you'll all notice that as you get there. I'm like stalling while I try to find my notes where it talks about this.
Hey, don't you guys love this wonderful city? Look at the size of her.
It all seems a bit much to me.
So, as you get closer, you start to notice that the outer walls are constructed out of the same dry stone patterns as Olin's Crossing, and then the walls are just as high, several stories tall. And as you approach, you can start to make out the guards that are all walking on patrolling the battlements. You can see the gold tint gleaming off what their half plate armor as they walk around, and you'll notice that they're down below. The large archway gate that seems to be at least 30 feet across. That marks as one of the northern entryway into Airfell. It seems to be split into 2 lanes, both 15 feet across, with one entering and one exiting the city. And there are more guards stationed at the bottom who seem to be like just going through the rounds, checking people into the city, like asking what they're here for, that sort of thing. And so as you approach, you really have to get into line to get into the city. And so as they pull up and you're waiting in line, the 2 sisters will start talking. Oh, it's good to be back. Have any of you ever been to the city before?
Walter, didn't you say you were from
here? Yeah. I used to live here.
Used to live here? Why? I've never heard of anyone leaving Airfell. Usually that's the apex place you want to end up.
I thought the same when I was your age.
You have not been to my village.
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow, because she is an elf. Yeah, I'm sure when I get back to your age, we'll be I'll understand. She smiles. So yeah, as you get closer, you can you'll notice that there seems to be a sort of an influx of carts that seem to have small families, and some of them are torn, and you can probably hear the people in front of you talking.
Torn?
Yeah, torn, like they've been attacked.
Okay.
And you could probably hear. You just get they're not being very quiet. They seem to be ranting a bit. And one of the people in front of you is you can hear them talking about those damn dusk things. They came out of nowhere. Chansey will never be the same.
I'd like to, make friends with one of them and try to understand what the dust fangs are. We don't have to RP all of it. Just
yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Well, if you want to engage with them, then yeah. I mean, they'll be a little shocked when you like come to get in the conversation, but they will have no quarrels telling, like, ranting to you about the bullshit that's been going on, about how the Dusk Thing mutation has been going kind of rampant in the small village of Chansey, and how in the last few days it's basically been wiped off the map by this infestation. How they're how it's how no one in their village really understands them. They have these about they all they know is that when they get bitten, their veins turn black and they tend to die shortly afterwards. And you probably recall that they were setting up that there was a chapter being set up in Fionn to deal with some sort of crisis or event that was going on. And this you remember seeing dust things around that area, but Chansey is a village that you've probably never heard of, and they'll tell you that it's across the river from Fion, out in the woods. Or it used to be. It's no one's living there right now due to a recent infestation. But they're seeking refuge in Faerland right now. And as you make your way closer to this to the gate, you probably got about 4 or 5 carts ahead of you at this point. As you get up closer, you'll notice that you can really notice the what's it called? God, I have so many things to read now. You start to notice that that the farmland kind of trades into kind of slums right before you get to the city, and the closer you get, the harder it is to see them because they're kind of set up close to the wall, but a good distance from the gates so that the guards don't have to deal with them. And these are probably the people who can't afford housing inside the main city, or just don't want to deal with the big city life. And they seem to have these like basically a tent city, like little hovels built up, like made of driftwood and like sheet metal, things like that. It's basically the slums, but they probably set up there so they're closer, so they're close to the wall in case a monster comes up. They can run to the wall and the guards can kill the monster and they won't all die.
I'm gonna look at everybody and say, look, I've lived here. I know of a small inn in Rivertown. It's not the best place, but we won't be noticed if we stay there.
But why are we're trying to get noticed? We want to build a reputation as hunters.
Yeah, but not the wrong reputation. I'd say let's go assess the situation before we make ourselves known to everyone.
All right. So yeah, and as you get up closer to the gate, you're probably the next up in line, and a guard will step in front of your will step in front of your cart and will raise his hand like, "Oh, state your business."
We're traders from Fion.
He looks at your cart. I mean, don't seem to have any things to trade. Are you sure you're traders?
Well, we're picking up supplies, not bringing them in, obviously.
Sure. All right. Yeah. If you're looking to go pick up supplies, I'm sure you've been here before. It'll be you can follow the signs down to the Rivertown docks. You'll be able to pick up whatever supplies you're here to pick up there. He's going through his sheets. Yeah, all right. He steps aside, going through. And you get the sense that it didn't really matter what you told this guy. He wasn't interrogating you.
Yes. But Walter, if you're going to lie, you might want to run it by me because you're very bad at it.
What? I'm quite gifted, thank you.
No, just leave the lying to the liars.
You're not rolling me any hit dice there, buddy? You just want me to die?
Well, come on, Chorus, you're fine.
Remember, he also gets a D6. Roll a D6, Gary.
That's it.
And Cadence will look at you, Walter, and be like, "I don't understand. You're hunters, are you not? Hunters are held in quite high esteem in Airfell. Why even lie in the first place?"
What?
He is a compulsive liar.
Is he now?
Yes.
It's not a great
bad habit.
Look, hunters can be traders. I just wanted to be kind of blasé. I didn't want them to know that I'm here, because that's not good for me. Oh God, I've said too much.
So yeah, as you as you like walk through, you'll this gate or this archway. It is you start to realize just how thick these walls are. They're like 50 feet thick, or at least you get the sense that they're probably like inhabitable. Right? They're not like fully solid. But as you go through, you'll notice that there's like a couple windows built into the stone, and as you go down, there are more of these blue and white robed people like staring down at you, like taking note of things in people's carts as they walk past, and probably looking for some kind of weaponry or illegal arcane artifacts or something of the like. And as you make it through, you get to the right before you get past the gate and into the actual city proper. There's one more booth, and in front of it there are two guards who just look like normal, but there's also one more who is dressed a little bit differently. You can see that this man is also wearing the blue and white of Airfell, but he is not in wizard's robes. It's more like a cloak that he's wearing over his scale mail armor that is colored full on gold. And he seems to have some sort of rank about him. And if you... Corvus, once again, probably the only one who notices this. You see... Actually, I'd probably say based on Eshlik and Corvus and their background, you both probably just get a peek at this, and this contraption on this man's belt. And it is unlike anything you've ever seen before. But you don't quite get a better look at it than that. It seems to be some sort of weapon. If you want to inspect further, you have that option.
I mean, are they stopping us or
one at a time?
Okay.
What was that? What was that?
You said it's a contraption. I mean, like,
it seems to be. If you look really closely, it kind of has the shape of, well, your character will not know what this is, but of a flintlock pistol.
mm-hmm.
And
well, that's a fairly poorly designed club. Yes, terrible design.
And this is really an interesting item. Anyone who would like to, if you would like to try to figure out what it is, it's probably a history check to know what this thing is. Walter would probably know what it is also.
What is it?
Well, you probably know that it is what it is called, and anyone who gets a 15 or higher on their history check will also know this. This is a brand new piece of technology developed in Airfell, and it's called a Arcanalock pistol.
Terribly designed club. It's you see the wooden handle.
No.
You hit somebody, that wooden handle snaps right off.
No, you do not. You hit them with the handle. You hit them with the bullet.
Hey,
you wouldn't know that. You don't know what it does.
Hold on. I explained to Boris as sister is just saying like, "Come on, that's a terrible club." I'm explaining to Boris. No, it's a pistol.
Well, how much do you know about pistols? Roll an Arcana check.
Pistol.
Okay.
How much you specifically know about this pistol?
Fucking a lot. 19.
All right. I actually
points.
have the scores of what you need to know specific things about this written down. So let's find out what that is. No, down here. Even put your name there. Okay. So with that score, this is a very new piece of technology, and it is it's definitely from beyond your field of expertise. This is definitely something that was made in the that was made by the Department of Arcane Warfare, whereas you're from the Department of you worked with more divination based stuff. What you can get from that is that it basically works by where a normal flintlock pistol has like the hammer, and then it has its the frizzer, I think is what it's called, the frizzen.
Yeah.
Where that would normally be where it would strike that. There is a crystal there that is imbued with some sort of energy, and how it works is beyond you. But when it strikes it, it allows them to basically shoot a bolt of that kind of whatever energy is put inside that crystal. And when you look at this crystal, it seems to be kind of like an electric blue. The crystal that it's currently loaded in.
Sister. It's complicated. It's a gun, okay? Think like crossbow. Yeah.
So I think to myself, I want to get my hands on one of these. Interesting.
All right.
Possible.
So, essentially, the way I've done this is Walter is going to be basically your guide for this city. I can give you suggestions on like where to go inside of things and give you names of things, but Walter has the names of the areas in here, and he's going to. You can ask him where to go. He will lead you to where you guys want to go because he knows how to go.
We're going to Rivertown. There's an inn I know there.
Oh, and as soon as you get in, and you so you'll walk up to the what's it called? You get to this crossroads, and this is where you and the two girls and the Kenku will start to part ways. And they'll get off the cart and they'll thank you. There, right. Thank you so much for the protection. Didn't really need it, but your cart helps us get here much faster. Give us lots of time to prepare. Honestly, if you will please around dusk come around to. See, you think I know the names of all these things, but I made them like yesterday. She tells you to go to the over in the circle to come in to fuck. Oh, here it is. Nope. Guess it's at the top there. Okay, she'll tell you meet us at Landon's Rock over in the circle around dusk. We'll be giving our performance then, and if you stick around, we'll be happy to share half of our earnings for the night, as was promised, for saving your life.
So just quickly, Landon's Rock.
Landon's Rock.
It's in the circle.
Is in the circle.
Okay.
Which you've heard of this place. It's a pretty popular like mid to high end like tavern, basically. It's not a place where you would sleep for the night, but it's a place where you go to get really drunk and watch a performance. Very, very, very popular place, usually packed.
Yep. But I'm still going to lead the group to Rivertown.
Right.
There's an inn there that I know it's nice, but it's not that nice. And
why are we going to Rivertown?
Because nobody knows you there. Look, it's just kind of a lot of factories, banks, docks, markets. Everybody there, they want to make money, which I think you guys do too. And also we can be kind of anonymous. We don't have to reveal our identities to the entire city. I mean, we could go, to some inn in the regalia, but that would be foolish, I think. We'd attract attention that we don't want.
Walter, make an insight check.
Take a look at me. Do I look like the anonymous type?
Sister, are we?
There is no way in hell they will let you into the regalia. They'll let this party into the regalia.
Wait, what?
What you get from that?
What is the regalia?
It's the most exclusive part of the city.
It's like a fancy pants gated community.
Where wizards and proper people live.
And if you were to point just towards the center of the city, the way the city is kind of built is there's the castle on the hill in the very center, and then around that is what they call like what Walter's talking about, the regalia, and around that is another large wall, just slightly smaller than the original outer wall. And there's some history behind that, but you probably don't know that.
So I think at this point, Walter's gonna say, "Guys, there's, gosh, brother, sister, and even you, Drax,
We know.
and Boris,
We know.
come here. I've got something to tell you. I've been hiding something.
We know. You're gay. It's fine.
Well, it's worse than that.
It's worse than that.
Worse than that.
We accept you, weird wizard man.
So I've been basically in hiding. I used to live up there, and I point to the regalia.
And if you want, you can specifically point to an area where there are spires.
Yeah, the arcane towers, right?
Yeah, that would be where the arcane towers would be.
And I discovered this book, and it taught me of our world and then a mirror world, something on the other side. And as soon as I made my research known, suddenly me, my family, we were under threat. I had to run. I've taken a new name, Walter the White, and well, being an Airfell is dangerous for me. So, yeah, that's my secret.
You discovered a book. I'm confused. What did you do exactly?
Well, it seems weird that you would come. Why did you come back here?
'Cause it just seemed like the natural progression of events. I don't have a lot of explanation for that.
So, on that note, it's not like you've been away from the city for these last. You did attend the Griffin Academy in Airfell. Airfell is the largest city on the continent, so we're looking at. Well, these aren't big numbers for us. Big numbers for fantasy. We're looking at like between 100 and 150,000 people living in the city, and it's pretty big. And
Big city.
yeah, big city by fantasy standards, at least.
So see, just meta. I don't know exactly what I discovered in this book was so dangerous. I just know that as soon as my character started to speak about it, he got blackballed, and to the point where there was a very scary evening where he fled the city and assumed a new name and a new identity, and that's Walter the White.
Blackballed? Is that like a combination between blueballed and blacklisted?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Right there.
Okay. And Walter, you, for that, by the way, that tavern that you're thinking of in Rivertown is called the Copper Coffers.
And
Yes.
What
Let's go.
Was the neighborhood that's hard to get into? That was called the Regalia.
The Regalia. And if he wants to explain it, he can, or you can make a history check to try to know like what's the deal with the Regalia.
It's where all the fucking rich people live, yo.
It's like the rich people.
They got the council.
No, I got it. I got it.
Arcana,
People with their monocles and top hats.
the Historia, the Militarium, the Redemptia.
It's
There's
more like this is
a whole bunch of sex. It's rich and decadent, and
there's only like
amazing.
12 houses in total, like 12 mansions in total in the Regalia. Other than that, it's like mostly like the most prestigious departments of the government and like the royal treasury, like things of that kind of level of importance. There are like super fucking fancy, like a super fucking fancy 5-star inn there. and there's like some other amenities there, but it's less of a place to live than it is like just the upper echelon and upper tier of the entire city altogether. Because like there are like higher income places to live outside of the regalia that are exclusive, but and they're not going to be welcome to step foot in without an invitation in there.
But see, Rivertown, we can go to Rivertown. We'll be anonymous. Nobody's gonna understand that I'm actually a wizard, a wizard from the Arcanatoria in the regalia. But we'll just kind of blend in, figure out what we're doing here, see how we can make a name for our guild, and maybe understand what this amulet does and why my research seems to relate to that.
So, right about this time, you smell the most amazing fucking food you've probably smelled in like since you guys started this journey. As you're walking towards Rivertown, you're passing through like a restaurant street, and the smells hit you, and you guys realize that you haven't like eaten all day, and you've already been in combat. And there's this bakery like right there that's just has the most amazing meat and bread smells coming from it.
Hey guys, have you seen this place? It's called Meat and Bread.
That is no shit what I have written down as the name of this place.
Yeah, but it's not meat and bread. It's meat in, like inside of bread. It's an amazing place.
But what kind of meat is it?
That sounds very good.
I'm starving.
All you got to do is ask them for what kind of meat you want. What I really like is a good goat sandwich. But, like they got beef, they got, like chicken, they got whatever. Look, this is Airfell. Look at Airfell. It's amazing. You got whatever you want.
Do we actually have a map for Airfell other than the main map?
I will have a very simply drawn map next time that Walter can share with you guys. It's going to go to him.
Okay.
Just to kind of give where the areas are. It's not going to be a detailed map.
Walter, bus, underneath.
But yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, if you wanted to go in there, it's like a hole in the wall kind of place, but meat and bread. And as you walk in there, and you're like, you get up to the counter. There's what appears to be. Shit, what race is this guy? Look, he's something weird.
Hippopotamus man.
You say hippopotamus. Hey, hippo!
Otherwise known as a GIF.
I'm just gonna, raise a hand up.
He is a Loxodon.
I'm assuming that, I've been down here to good old Rivertown before, and Meat and Bread it's like a 5-star place.
To you, probably it's man, it's so simple and and it's not elegant. Damn, is it delicious? And you know what? Charlie says hi to you when you walk in. The big elephant man locks it on you like, "Oi, Walter, you here for Meat and Bread?"
Of course.
Where you been?
Places.
Place is no good.
Yeah, no, didn't get a lot of sleep. It was rough. Almost died a few times. It's not a good.
Okay, here your Meat and Bread. He like gives it to like the last customer in front of him, pushes them away. Wow, that sounds crazy. I know Lee there, Phil. I stay here. I put Meat and Bread.
Exactly. So hey, I got all my buddies here.
You have friends?
No, strangely enough. Seems to have happened.
Okay, I give you house special. And like he goes back
Well, hey, Boris, what kind of meat were you looking for? Because I'm telling you, they got them all.
I don't know. What's the craziest meat you guys got?
He looks at you. Goat. We got chicken. Why does he sound Asian? We got chicken. We got beef. I got goat. He's like looking around. I think this lamb. No, I'm not sure. He like sniffs it with his trunk. Like, oh, yeah, definitely. I probably need to cook today. Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I will not have any of that, but maybe, I guess the goat?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, make mine chicken and cheese, and then, make one for everybody, because, we actually haven't eaten in, like, I don't know, maybe 18 hours. It's been a while.
Oh, double goat here.
Yes, you have cheese? Yes, put cheese in there as well.
And, I'm going to pay him.
And he'll nod at you, and you've been here quite a few times now. This is where you went when you were like studying for your hunter's license, and probably so, or even like probably before you like changed your name and like disguised yourself, you were probably going through here. And he'll charge you 1 silver for everyone's meal for this one.
I'm gonna give him 1 gold.
Oh, Walter, you too kind, friend. And he like plops down like a bag, and I don't know. It's probably the weight of his like hand that makes that loud thump sound, but there's some heft to what he's putting on the table, and he pushes up this bag of these paper wrapped meat buns and hands them off to you. You come back anytime, friend. You always welcome here.
Yeah, man. On to the inn.
Yeah. And so as you guys go and you unwrap these things, essentially what it's like a flaky puff pastry, and inside is it's basically inside is like a steamed potted meat that had been preserved, and it's very, very fucking savory. It tastes great. Probably more enjoyable and more. I don't know. The gimmick of having a meat instead of pastry is probably great, and because it's juicy and it holds all the flavor in, and it's probably one of the better things you've had from a street stall or vendor since you guys have started. But yeah, and then you guys can go ahead and make your way into the district, into the more mercantile and industrial district of Rivertown, which called that because it's the area where the river crosses through the city. And this is where, as you get approach, you'll see you can see the mast of galleys, and there are just carts and traders and markets everywhere. There are people shouting and haggling all around. It is getting near the end of the workday. It's probably like around 5:30, 6 o'clock now. And as you get through there, he can lead you along to the small unassuming little inn with a little sign hanging. It has with a coin and a bed on it, and that's it. And it's right there, and it's facing the one of the docks, like out there where right now a galley is being unloaded, and there are people carrying like barrels and crates off and loading them onto carts.
And what I'm thinking is this is like the inn that Walter went to, like, right after he kind of had to leave, right after he got blackballed.
Yeah. So yeah, and you go in, and the lady behind the counter, she greets you, and so she probably recognizes you, like, welcome back. You looking for another room tonight?
Well,
Same
maybe more than one. I've got a couple of friends with me.
I see. We had a couple sailors coming through today, so we've only got 2 rooms available.
Oh. Hey, Boris.
4 beds.
You you, me, and Drax, and then the sister and brother can take the other one.
Sounds good.
Drax can sleep on the floor, right?
Yes, he does not weigh much.
Damn rude. Do you have any idea how long you're going to be in town?
Oh, not at the moment. Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of any happenings in town? Rumors, gossip, news?
Thought you never asked. All right, let me go pull up my notes again. God damn, I had to go back. I've had to like read these things like 12 times, man.
Preferably something that we can kill and make money from.
Right. You're a scary man, sir. I don't think there's going to be anything to kill in the city. Hopefully, you're not killing anyone. But as you know, it's Long Sun ends in a few days. It's going to be the Long Sun Setting Festival is coming up. And I don't know, someone you all look like you probably get around and get into a couple scuffs. There's definitely going to be fights to be won there. I know at the end of the festival every year, there's a little tournament, a combat tournament where they contest your medal as a group. It's gonna be that's coming up in about in 3 days. Might be worth looking into if you're looking for some sport.
Right. Sport is all well and good, but this is a group of hunters. We are looking for hunter type things.
Right. I mean, there's the Hunters Guild. That's where it's taking place. So you can always go down to the Griffin Academy. I'm sure they have one for you there.
See, it is a hunter type thing. Boris, it you know, we go there, we kill the thing. That's what hunters do.
Wait, what are we killing exactly?
Wait, didn't she just tell us?
You've lived in Airfield most of your life. This is like the kind of things that they have there. It's going to be like, anyone can sign up, but it takes place in the pit, which is basically the little arena that they have over by the Griffin Academy. And there's like different things they'll do. They'll have like a time kind of thing where it's like how many of these things can you destroy in a certain amount of time, and there's different events, and it all culminates in a fight with some exotic monster.
I thought we were fighting people. We were fighting animals. I get it now.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good thing for us.
It's not like a pit fight. You're not like fighting other people. That would be the legality of that would be questionable.
Yeah, not the worst thing I've ever done.
Although I think maybe we should sleep first. And who knows, maybe we'll level up if we sleep. Jesus Christ. I'm a level 3 wizard.
So I have so are we we're basically at the end, or we're sort of like hanging out here for a while? And we're
basically, yeah, you're hanging out for a while, probably getting ready for the concert later tonight.
So I have a plan. And I don't know how you want to deal with this, but so I have, as part of my background, a false identity, and the identity is of like a rich elven noble from a far land, traveling with my bodyguard. So I want to try to, while everybody else is dicking around eating meat pies, I want to try to maybe go work the streets and like see if I can't meet somebody and get like a scoop on this like rich neighborhood, like maybe get invited to a party, or convince them that I have like some valuables to sell to like a
all right, I see what you're going for,
or something. If Corvus is up for it.
I couldn't have you leaving without your bodyguard, sister.
So wait, what time is it now? Like, where's...
Probably around 6.
Okay,
Yeah, probably around 1 or 2 before the sun starts to set.
Walter, are the shops still open around here?
Hey, the shops are open all night long, man. It's time to go.
Do you know where I could buy a shield around here?
Well, yeah. You just got to go down to the Rivertown Shield Factory.
Yeah, there's definitely places in Rivertown where you could go. There's also other stores outside of Rivertown. So Rivertown's going to be more of your wholesale market. And you're not going to find like a blacksmith here probably, but if you were to walk around the airfield proper, you would know where to find a blacksmith.
Yeah.
If you wanted just to like get a bigger shield, then you could get one like wholesale probably around the market. And if you wanted to get like if he wanted like a craftier one, like a nice looking one, you could go to a blacksmith and have one made. But as for let's do Eshlik and Corvus first. So you want to scope out the area, put your ear to the ground, and basically see if you can find out like basically get some information on how to get into this place.
Yeah, like if I can, just make a connection or something with someone.
Yeah. So let's do this. You can either each give me an investigation check, or you can give me one with advantage. As
investigation. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm terrible at investigation.
Garrett, how good is my investigation at?
Your investigation is -1.
I'm not terrible. Corvus is terrible. I'm not terrible.
Hey, investigation is tied to int, so Walter's a +4. But somebody just dropped a 20.
Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. So yeah, you can walk around. And so on this side, you can probably get around, and you'll notice like on this side of the town, there's not really an entrance in. So you have to like go in a little bit, but you can like if you want to like find people. This isn't the part of town where you'd really find the people who would.
Yeah. The idea being that I go to that part of town.
Yeah. So you can do that. It is a very large city, so if you're walking, it could take a while. But if you would, if you'd like to start in Rivertown, there are tons of people willing to gossip about the area. And so before you were to go off, the kind of things you'd probably learn. You hear like rumors where they probably tell you that like it's hoity-toity. There's that's where the king used to walk around walk his personal dogs or something. And then you will find a bunch of useless junk, but you'll probably find like a merchant like dressed who's getting off the ship. He's like dressed in some of the nicer silks, and he's been in there before. He's like, oh yes, I like to go stay at the inn there whenever I'm in town. It's very beautiful. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's the pillars of gold. And he'll like tell you that he'll tell you that how he gets in is probably he just goes up, and that he looks, and you look at him, and you by looking at him, you probably would think that you'd let this guy in as well. You might get the sense that maybe all it might really take is a good like persuasion check and some nice clothes, and that you might be able to convince someone that they're definitely not checking people's IDs, is what he'll tell you. But like they're like the guards letting people in there are basically bouncers at that point.
Okay, so I feel like maybe just with my disguise and my false identity, maybe I could just walk in.
Yeah, but what about the rest of us?
So this nagging voice in my head says, "What about the rest of us?" And I just shake it up. Bah.
Yeah.
He asked if you guys were dicking around there while he was going to go off. We were going to go off if you guys were going to dick around.
So yeah, the point being is I'm not necessarily like going there now. Just in case the opportunity presents itself and there's something to be some subterfuge to be had by getting into that area of town and stealing a gun or something. I don't know.
And
who knows?
you'll probably hear around the grapevine too of a very exclusive magic item store there too as well.
Gaining access to that store sounds like a good idea.
I agree.
And you would just when you said like when you think about whether or not you could get in and whether or not your friends could get in, and like just thinking about your party members, you probably know off the top of your head that at least 3 of them, probably 4 of them, no, they're not going to be able to just walk in. You've got like an air of like a professionalism about you. You're great with disguises. You think that with the right words you could probably just walk right in there.
Okay.
You held enough swagger.
Okay, so yeah, I'll stow that in, put that in my back pocket. And, I guess that'll be something for a future episode.
All right. So Boris and Walter, you wanted to go get a shield. Did you want to go to just go get a wholesale shield from somewhere, or did you want to go ahead and try to find a blacksmith and maybe get something nicer?
I guess we'll check the blacksmith first. What do you think?
Yeah. Blacksmith. Let's do it.
All right, so the closest blacksmith is probably like a 30-minute walk. Well, the closest real nice blacksmith is probably about a 30-minute walk. And as you get there, they look like the blacksmith is still hammering away. It's like getting later into the evening. It's like dinner time. There seems to be no sign of slowing down.
Look, Andy works all night long. He's fucking crazy. This guy never stops.
Yeah, and there's you can hear as you approach the sound of hammers hammering away, and it's not just one; it's like 3 of them. And then and you hear the de facto that well-known tink tink that you get around blacksmiths. And as you walk in, the heat from the furnaces is just it blasts you like just right as you walk in. And a dwarf hammering away will look up. And he, without stopping, he goes, "Oi, what can I get you?"
Oh well, I'm looking for a shield and I guess a battle axe.
Tink, tink.
That's right, Andy. Andy, you don't recognize me.
Andy, Andy's sick today.
What? Oh, that's terrible.
Little bastards calling out sick. I'm always sick. You won't see me not coming to work. So you said you want a shield and a battle axe.
Yes.
Well, a shield's easy enough. What kind of shield do you want? Do you want it ornate? You want it steel? You want a heavy ass bronze shield? Tink, tink, tink. Well, spit it out.
Well, I don't have much gold. I think probably have I don't know about a 10 or 12 gold budget for a shield.
Good. Well, I can make a hell of a shield for 12 gold.
Oh, well, yes. Make it very nice, and I'll kind of tell him a little bit about my family history and kind of. I don't know, some of the symbolism of my ancestors, about the bears and how we punch bears.
As honestly, halfway through your speak, he actually stops hammering, and seems to and starts intentively listening. He seems very interested when you start describing the region you're from and in your customs, and he does. It looks like Garrett disconnected. You all right? Looks like Court. Oh,
there he goes.
He's dead. Okay. And he nods. Yeah. Okay. He scratches his head. I think I could do something for you. I think there's something nice like that cost you about. You said you had 12 gold, right?
Yes.
I could do 12 gold for something like that. Yeah. And he holds out his hand.
And I will pay him wait. There's more though about this battle axe, and I'll pull out my great axe and I'll put the butt on the ground, and like put my hand on top of the great axe and say, "You see this? Get like one like this, but you know, want something I can hold in one hand and swing with one hand. So, not like half as small, but I don't know, 70%.
Okay, you want a fuck. Well, now I gotta go like look up weapons. Thanks.
It's a battle axe.
Battle axe handed?
Yep, battle axe
battle
is
axe.
versatile.
Okay. Okay, I got you. All right. I'm thinking of hand axe.
Well, hand axe is also
Wait.
one-handed.
Yeah, but hand axe is like tiny.
Yeah, but you can chuck those.
Oh, okay, that's the one you can throw. Okay.
Yeah, but the battle axe is like you can swing it one-handed, but it's like you get a lot more damage out of it.
D8 or
two-handed.
D10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, D8 or D10. He'll nod. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a lot. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take time for me to make these things, and it's going to be more expensive for this battle axe. Probably, if you want a fancier one to match the shield, I can do that though. It'll be an additional 13 gold.
So, 25 gold total.
Yes, and I'll make you up a matching pet. It'll take a few days though.
I think we'll stick around for a few days. All right, how does half now, half when I pick up sound?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, let's go.
He raises an eyebrow. I don't know. It's not how things usually work. Do you have anything I can hold as collateral?
Let me look.
Labor cost and all.
Is Garrett just gone forever?
I have no idea, but we're gonna keep playing.
Okay. How about this light crossbow? It's good for shooting things.
Yeah, sure. Literally anything. He'll like take it from you. Yeah, that'll be fun. Like, so you can go ahead and give him 12 gold. 12. You can give him either 12 or 13. I'm not too working on half. He's not really interested in your small change. So you can go ahead and mark off 12 now. And you can unequip your crossbow. You'll get it back when you come and pay the rest.
So, Boris, how much were you short?
What? I wasn't short. I just didn't want to pay him all because I thought he was going to rip me off.
Okay.
I have 19 gold left.
Okay, I figured I'd ask.
I mean, it seems like a pretty standard thing to do.
Especially, and in like somewhere I'm not like super familiar with.
He's got the collateral of the items.
Yeah, so I just marked my crossbow not carried because he's holding it for me.
Because yeah, and then you know, it seems weird that you have to give collateral for an item you're like not borrowing or renting. But when you walked in, it's like other shops are closing down, and these guys are hammering away into the night. So they're probably very busy, and there's probably an opportunity cost that comes with dropping everything he's got to do to make you this custom set of items for the next 3 days. Because he's not going to be making any other profit.
Yeah, and like it's also like something he can't really sell immediately. You know,
Right.
It's like a one-off.
Yeah, it's definitely a custom. He's definitely making you something special. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that, and he'll tell you, yeah, it's going to be about with a shield. I'll probably have done 2 days, and if things go well, maybe 2 more for the axe. So 4 days, perhaps, if the weather's right. And like nods you off. Anything else I can help you with?
I don't know. My friend, do you need anything here?
So I guess I'll be with you since Garrett's not there. I mean, you were just getting like a new weapon, right? I don't need anything. Oh,
Oh, I need bolts for my crossbow. Do you sell bolts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got tons. Like, walks over to, like, a barrel, and he, like, picks it up, and he, like, carries it over to you, and you, like, look at it, it's just filled to the brim with loose bolts, and not even stacked in, like, a good way. It looks like they just, like, they hammer it out and they toss them in.
How much?
Let me look up prices. I don't know what the price for a standard crossbow bolt is, but it's not going to be more than that.
I think if you go to items, you just type in bolt.
You know what?
Case.
I should be looking on Fantasy Grounds, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
5 copper pieces.
5 copper pieces each. So yeah, you can go ahead and mark off however many you want to buy.
Oh, I buy.
I'll buy a standard case, which is 20, which is 1 gold.
Okay. Seems legit.
Too legit to quit.
Boom.
All right.
I did not realize the light crossbow is 25 GP. I gave him a lot of collateral.
That's the sounds asking.
Yeah,
He's like, oh
really-
shit, okay,
He's like,
that's fine.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, he looked a little shocked when he handed to him, but that's why he was like, I mean, literally anything, I guess. And he like took it. He did not hesitate to take that.
He's like,
Yeah.
this fucking white crossbow? Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
More than the commission. I'll do it.
We should have let him hold my javelin.
Yeah, that would have been more reasonable. But all right. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do before we get to the part? Before we head off to the Landon's Rock.
No.
All right. So, yeah. So you guys can go ahead. Do you guys do anything to prepare to go? Do you take a bath?
Well, I guess washing up seems
Press
like a
station
good
your
idea.
clothes. Yeah, and yeah, there's you can either go to there are public baths you can go to, but there's you're also like right by like the dock, and you can just splash some water on you. There's probably like a washroom in the inn. It's not going to be very big, but you could probably freshen up a little bit if you wanted to. But other than that, when you're ready to go, you guys can make your way in your cart over to the circle, which if we're right now.
Is there a river or anything near the city?
So the river cuts. The reason this part of the city is called Rivertown is because the Faerland River that they diverted does cross through this part of the city and then out the other side. So this is like the big comment. So yeah, there are. So while there are like docks here where boats are shipped, like docks and stuff, there are also like places where you could like walk down to the river and like touch the water.
Is it like full of fucking shit and stuff, or is it like in a river?
It's not like it's as clean as it's almost as clean as the river outside of the city. They're not like dumping into the river.
I'm just gonna Shaolin and fucking get in there and fucking wash my robes and fucking. I mean, I'm a monk. I just hang my fucking robes up and like take a bath and do some weird fucking Shaolin fucking.
Yeah, dude,
fucking like I'm trying the fucking cloak, like twisting it and snapping it, like to get the water out. It's all part of my my Tai Chi fucking exercises.
Wait, just for fun, you want to make a performance check while you do that?
Sure. Well, you'll have to roll it because Garrett was mean. He logged out.
Right. All right, I'll roll it up for you.
Or I was gonna say, or you could remove them from the owner. One of us could take over.
Yeah, you could give it to Jack. Somebody else wants to stream and show it to me. I tried just as a very quick side note, I did try it on Windows, and I have the same problem. There's an object in your that people must have already downloaded that something changed because it gets to a certain asset and it shits itself. Even on Windows, it does the exact same thing.
All right. Yeah. So for next time, it won't take too long. I don't have that many like resources yet, so I'll just copy them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'd be careful. I mean, just because if anyone else like has to clear their whole cache, they will probably run into the same issue. Because I didn't have it before either. It was only after I tried to log in, and now it fucking just won't do it. I don't know. But it did the same thing to me on Windows. And
Well,
you saw it today when you started that generic campaign. I got right in. There's something.
So yeah, I'll move that over, and hopefully we don't have to ever have these problems again.
So I'm now doubly streaming, but I'm always streaming BT dubs.
Dude, now it's like Inception because your stream shows you streaming.
Yes.
So you can stream in the stream.
Exactly.
All right, before you guys blow my brain out, let's go ahead and describe. So I do
performance check there.
Oh yeah, performance. Yep.
Yeah, I mean I'm not really. But
No, you fucking 17, buddy.
Yeah, I mean I have some. So I have a pretty good. So. Yeah,
you fight like a diamond, man. You are. People actually seem to like some of the sailors who are like finishing their work. Like they stop to look at you. Like they think that you're like a performer that's like working up his courage or something to like get ready for the night's like act out somewhere, like getting ready for the festival that starts tomorrow. And like they you do your little flip and you're like your whip and like you're drying out your clothes and you start getting some applause. Like you get exactly one person to like go like, yeah. So, congratulations. Anyone else want to do anything before we head out?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, then with that, we can go ahead and head over to the evenings. So as you're, it's probably like even on your cart, it's like the circle is. If he was here, he would probably tell you this that what the area called the circle is like downtown Airvale. Basically, it's like a little bit more trendy area. It's got a lot more of the entertainment options. It'll have more restaurants and inns, like more rowdy than average taverns in that area. And so as you make your way down, this becomes more apparent whereas in Fion, it was a small town, and so like everyone knew each other, and everyone came out at the end of the night to like drink together and have fun. It's like the same thing here, but it's like the difference between like New York's like Friday night and fucking like that's not good, and like fucking like Connorsville, South Carolina. Like the streets are packed. And it gets to a point where as you're traveling, like the cart has to like kind of push people out of the way because people are getting drunk on the street down here. But you do make your way over to the Landon's Rock, which it's a pretty big establishment, bigger than most of the other inns and taverns you've been at recently. And you can see that there are people like lining up in front of the door, and they're like some people are actually getting denied entry because they're just too full. And you would, if you did not know the people like the performers tonight, you might be like discouraged to go home. But you have probably on good authority that you'll get in tonight. But yeah, and as you approach, you probably like stop your cart in front, like you probably have like someone go and like, hey, all right, go in, go get us a table. And but before you can even like get out of your cart, one of the guys, like one of the big burly bouncer guys, looks up. He's like, oh, I think that's them. Yeah, are you sure? They got a goblin. Oh, they got a gremlin, a giant, and a nerd. Like that's exactly what they described. And then the like call out to you like, hey, you I think they're waiting for you inside. You need a place to park your cart?
So yes, where can we park this cart?
You know, the one who like originally called out to you will like come up and like come up and he'll like reach out, like hold his hand out for like the horse reins. You're like here, I'll lead you guys to the to our stable, and he will lead you to around the corner to the stable.
I'll lean into him and say in giant.
So this man he is not a giant, but he's very large. I didn't mean to describe him as a giant. He's I don't think you understand. You know what race this is, but he does respond to you. He will say, he'll say that. And so he'll lead you around the corner, and he'll lead you. There's like a stable like on the back, like attached to the tower, and there's like 8 carts in there. It's pretty big, and he'll lead yours in, and he'll tie your horse. Sorry, he'll tie your horse up, and you're like, all right, why don't you come with me? Come with me, and he'll let's go around back. They're probably waiting for you. And he'll lead you around to the back entrance and let you in. And then you'll enter to find that you're kind of in the dressing room, and you see the 2 elf girls and their Kenku brother there, just kind of like basically in a huddle, like kind of like doing like their pre-show routine, just getting their spirits up. And then when you come in, they greet you. Oh, look who it is! It's our heroes of the hour. I'm glad you made it. Well, come on in. Don't stay out there. They'll usher you into the room. So you find a place to stay for the night?
Indeed.
Right. Nowhere too droll, I hope. If you need it somewhere, if you're looking for somewhere better or somewhere else afterwards, we can put in a good word and get you housing where we're staying as well. But please come in, and they'll lead you over to like a table where there's wine already poured, and she'll please help yourself. And there's like some cheeses and some meats. The performance is about to begin.
Oh yes, and I'll take a glass of wine and drink the whole glass of wine, and then pick up another glass of wine.
I like this one. And so yeah, she at this point the one who basically does all the talking, because I know I don't differentiate voices very well because I'm not a voice actor. It's mostly Cadence. Cadence is almost always going to be the one who speaks up. And she nods. She looks over to the curtain, and Becky goes, "Full house tonight. Looks like there's going to be quite a bit of money. I'm thinking 75 gold for each of us, both ways. Yeah, on a good girl. That is to split amongst yourselves. 75 gold is what I'm looking. I believe as an estimate. Who knows? It might be more. I've never seen it quite this packed, but people have come from all over to hear us play. And then she looks over at you, Drax, and she seems very pleased that you specifically are here.
Oh.
Glad you made it. We must have words.
Oh, what words?
She gives you a wink, and she looks over at her sister, who is currently watering a plant, watering like a what appears to be a pineapple in a jar or a pot. She says, "There's a time and a place." And with that, a bouncer will come in, not the same. The other one who was standing out in front earlier comes in, and then he's like, "Are you ready for the showtime?" And they'll say, yes, we're ready to go. Just give us one moment." And she nods at you, at him, and he leaves, and she says to you all, "Well, it's time to begin. Why don't you make your way out and find some seats, and please enjoy the show."
I take a glass of wine and I guess make my way to the front row.
Yeah, you actually go out there, and while this place is packed, there is a spot. Like there are 5 seats open directly in the front, just for you all. And so you can make your way out there, and you can sit down, and you can hear that there's people are this place. The way it looks is it is a tavern, so there's a bar. There's kind of 2 bars. There's on like either side of the stage, and you look up and you notice that it is like the second story it's just a whole nother viewing area all the way around where that's just packed with people leaning over the rails and like getting ready to see the show hear them play, and you notice that everyone seems to be well into their 3rd drink at this point. And the crowd's getting a little rowdy. And as people are starting to rile up, there's a man walks up on stage with long sideburns, a bald head, and says, "Thank you for coming out. The show is about to begin. If everyone could just please quiet down." And no one listens. No one's listening at all. But he doesn't take any mind of that. And so he steps off the stage, but not before he holds his hands out, and 4 globules of light pop out of them and line the stage. And he gets down. And about a minute later, out come the 2 sisters and their brother. There's a piano on the stage, which Arya goes and sits down at, and Cadence pulls out a very ornate viol. Just very beautiful. It seems to be like lined with gold plated on all the finer details, and it's just a master-crafted instrument. And Russell walks up, and he just kind of stands next to his sister, and and then the room goes quiet, and she speaks up. "Hello. Thank you for coming out tonight. I know you're all very excited. May I just please ask that anyone who is going to be too drunk to view this performance, shut the fuck up. We've got a show to do." And she like motions over to like the bouncer, who like gives her a nod. And so with that, we're going to begin. And you notice, so this area starts playing the piano nice and calmly, and Cadence starts playing her viol, and as she does, the sound that comes out, it's not what you're expecting, and it's clear that she is starting to use this as her focus to cast some sort of a spell, as a chorus of strings kind of plays with each stroke, each like pull of her bow, and they begin to sing and play songs. And it becomes very apparent what Russell's point in all of this is, as he clearly is using his mimicry to provide harmonies against her singing, against Cadence's singing, and it does sound quite beautiful and haunting. And they play several songs, and over the course of the performance, some of the people around you hear sniffles every now and then. Some people are being brought to tears. It's a very powerful song being played. And as the night goes through, people get more and more drunk, and there are some people who get a little rowdy and start distracting others, and they're being escorted out. But everyone just seems mesmerized by this performance. And near the end, they slow down. And she says, "We have one more song that I'm sure a lot of you may know well. Very dear to the city's heart and history." And they begin to play again. And I don't have a full song for you, but I actually do have a clip URL that should play the part I want you to hear from this.
Okay.
And I'll give you that link because I don't think I can do that. Let me go.
Discord? Or is he going to put on Music Bot?
I mean, I can put it in Music Bot once he gives me the link.
I'll get the link real quick because did I fuck up? And this, by the way, this is gonna be after this is probably where we're gonna end the session tonight. So, and you will all level up at the end of the session.
Well, all of us except for Hobo Garrett.
Except for Walter. Fuck Walter. Why isn't he here?
Exactly.
Walter will be Walter. I'll have to play this song again for him later because Walter will probably be the only one who recognizes all the words to this song. Where the man? I have too many fucking shit open. Where the fuck is the? Give me 1 second. I gotta go. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, and I'll paste it to you, Jonathan.
Yep. But we'll see if this plays.
And I tried to clip it to the right part.
Alright. Let's see. I don't think I can pull up listed on repeat.
Well, that's all right. It's really well. We can do the other version where it's just you'll hear the intro to the song, but that's fine.
Okay.
It's only like a minute and 30 seconds long with that added. I'll pull it up.
What time did you want it to start? 43 seconds in?
Yeah, like 42 seconds in would be perfect.
All right, 1 second.
And then it ends like a minute and 20 seconds, and it's not a very long clip, but I don't care for the whole part. But yeah, and they start, and yeah, this is probably exactly what you hear as they start playing this song, and it's and really throughout this whole performance, you found it's what they've managed to accomplish with just one instrument or two instruments is quite crazy, and it's clear that there's a lot of magic being used. All right, you can go ahead and end it there. And so they sing you this song, and everyone can make a history check if they want to know what it is. But Walter, I'm sure, will explain it to you at the beginning of the next session. Wow, that is a lot of shit rolls. But as always, Eshlik being the astute one, and Drax being the musically gifted one, you recognize this as a song version of the epic poem made of two tablets that tell a story. They are known as the Tablet of the Wanderer and the Tablet of the Glass Castle. And when put together, they create a prophecy of sorts. And it's a long debated among historians what these things are. They tell a story of a wanderer awaken, of a world ever changing, of a castle of glass doomed to shatter. and a fool to be reborn. And it's unknown whether this is prophecy for the future, this is a record of the past. All that's known is that this is something that is debated furiously among the scholars and arcanic researchers of the continent. And it's written in that language you heard is the old Faerland tongue, several millennia old, believed to have at least in part existed long before the core migration to this plane. And that's where we'll end tonight. And everyone can level up. Congratulations, you've completed what I considered to be the prologue of the story.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I think Walter told you this, that he I think he said book that he was studying. I don't know if he meant to say book or not, because that's not what it is. You don't think he meant to say book? Okay, if that's the case, that he was. I think he meant to be truthful with you there. He seemed to be trying to like actually tell you what's going on. And I think what he explained to you was that the tablet of the glass castle was what he was talking to about, the original one, a very ancient relic for the nation of Arafel and the Faerland continent as a whole. So yeah, with that, everyone can go ahead and level up. And at the end of the night, they will collect their all the money that they have, and they meet you in the back, and they raise a toast with you guys, and they dish out to you 93 gold.
Oh boy.
This seems to have been probably far higher of a take than they were expecting, and they're very happy to share it with you. So I will go ahead and give that out. Congratulations, guys! You're rich.
How much did we get?
The party got
93 gold split amongst the party.
Hell yeah, baby!
Yeah, so we made
How
a lot
much-
of money.
Take me to the big city, sister. We're going on a shopping spree.
Oh, 93.
Where is what am I supposed to do? The party sheet.
Yeah, the party.
Party sheet inventory tab.
So, or you want me to drag another level of monk for you?
Yeah, I'm not sure I should take an ASI or a feat, to be honest. I have pretty good stats, because this was the one time in my life I didn't roll dog shit. This is the first character in any campaign I've had where I didn't end up taking point buy. Like, the first, because every time I roll, I was like, oh, go with point buy.
And how many silver pieces is it in a gold piece?
10.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Platinum's the only weird one. Or
Electrum.
Sorry.
Electrum's-
Everything's 10, 10, 10 except Electrum.
Yep.
And Electrum is half gold, half silver, so it's like 5 or some fucking retarded thing.
Exactly.
So, guys, I'm gonna have 18 AC after I get my shield.
Nice.
Okay, you stand in front of me because I have 14.
Yeah, I have a mighty 14 AC, and I'm thinking, what do I want to do?
Wow, that distributed evenly.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Wait, so I can consolidate. Okay, now I got 39 gold pieces, and I owe the blacksmith 13. Hell yeah, I'm rich.
You guys do seem to have already gone a sizable. Well, you guys basically just saved the lives of some pop stars. So,
And I washed fucking laundry with style.
Mhm.
That one guy who saw you and was like clapped like yeah. Oh yeah, no, he's a fan.
Feel like, oh, look at this fucking dude doing this laundry.
Like, hey,
My wife don't do it like this.
oh, that's really entertaining. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah. So yeah, that's where we're gonna finish tonight. Good game, everybody.
Cool. Yep. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Right. Yeah, man, I can't believe the one person who needed to hear that wasn't here for it.
Ben, if I don't take the 10 average, what do I roll?
Oh, for you.
Whatever your hit die is plus your con.
So it'd be 12 plus con. So the
I should
average
have
is
told
7.
every- We don't. I don't do the average thing that Nick does.
Yeah, he says you can take the average, or like you can
Yeah,
roll
so-
or take the average.
Yeah, so his you can take the average or you can roll, but you can't take the average if you roll.
Correct.
Like when we were playing my game.
That's the normal rules.
Okay, I just wanted to make it because I thought Nick's thing was like you can take the average and roll and then take the higher one, and like that's how you end up with like 90 fucking health at level 8, which is ridiculous.
So I'm either taking a D12 plus 3.
So 7 is above average, so it's 7 plus 3, which is 10. Or you could roll and potentially get 15 or 4. Since based on the fact that you got 10.
Oh, it gives you is 7 average?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay, let's roll.
You're gonna roll. You're gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Oof.
9, so lose 1 max health.
I have one caveat to that rule. If you roll a 1, you can roll again. Once. Because nobody likes to roll a 1.
Yeah.
Can you use inspiration on that roll?
No.
No. You don't have inspiration.
If I did.
You.
No. So yeah. All right, man. I can't wait to see what you guys do here. Wonder if you guys could enter that tournament. You guys could go get some work. I'm interested to see what you guys do about Brent and Jark from this point on, because now that you've made your lack of like your desire to not even want to fight this guy like known to him, like, I don't know, I think he's definitely more receptive probably. I just don't know how this is gonna go. I'm looking forward to seeing this trap that Walter keeps talking about.
So, do you want me to show you like feats there, brother? I was just looking at the new feats.
Yeah, are we using any of the new UA feats? I think I asked you, and you said as long as it was wizards and not weird, you didn't care.
Honestly, just if it seems ridiculous, then like ask me about it. If it doesn't seem fucking ridiculous, then it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I stick to wizard shit. I don't, because other stuff it's too hard to see if it's balanced. At least at wizard stuff, I know some assholes played it to see it's not totally retarded.
I was very close to like telling Walter that he could no longer use Sapping Sting because it was just too broken. But I don't know. I decided to let him keep it and work around it. I've come to the conclusion that there are situations to where there's no such thing as prone, and so it's not as broken as it. As long as you guys get a diverse cast of monsters to fight, it's not going to be a problem. But it seemed like it was going to be a problem on the first 2 sessions.
Well, and that's one of the things too, is that the way that it works, where rebalancing happens around 3, 5, and 8, is that sometimes some people may seem initially strong, but then, like, if you don't give it enough chance, you might find out it falls off. Or some things that seem weak, like, become stronger. So I think the first 3 levels isn't necessarily enough. I think you'd want to go to 5, maybe 8 to see what really happens, because like barbarians and like moon druids and like certain things like level 1 through 3 are fucking retardedly stronger than everyone else. But then like thieves get an extra sneak attack. Like shit changes at those levels,
Yeah.
right? And stuff that looks like it's totally fucking overpowered at later levels, there's better, and it's not. And then you're like, oh, it doesn't matter.
do a lot of damage. It doesn't, and it doesn't have a lot of range. And the fact that it only had 30 feet range was where it really like came to me as like it's not going to be that big of a deal, because like the biggest bullshit thing he could do would be like cause like a griffin to fall 30 feet out of the sky, which would be really fucking lame. But you know, if the griffin's 30 feet away, then it's not going to be able to do it.
Thorn Whip, or there's a couple other things that can knock flying creatures. Actually, that might be one of the main reasons why you would say to take it, is so you could deal, because flying creatures otherwise are pretty shithead. But if you have like Thorn Whip or what's that? There's a lightning whip. Basically, like you can fucking knock bitches out of flying, but most shit cannot.
Right.
The thing is, like, if you hit it, the thing with the sapping sting is it makes that creature fall prone.
So Ben, can you look at the Fey touched feet from the UA?
The Fey touched feet.
Yep.
Well, I think, and I'm not certain about this, but I believe that anytime you forcibly knock a flying creature to a point where it cannot fly, it does fall prone, doesn't it? Isn't that what happens when it falls out of the sky? Like if you suddenly...
Yeah, I think if like something does make it fall out of the sky, then like logically it's prone.
Yeah.
But
if a flying creature is knocked prone, its speed is reduced to 0, or it's otherwise deprived of the ability. It falls unless it has the ability to hover.
Oh, okay. So flying creatures then probably are immune to the prone.
If they have if they have a spell that allows them to hover, like levitate itself.
Or like a ghost. So a ghost you could pull down, but they don't really fall. They're like, whatever, dude. I'm just right here above the ground.
So like the fly spell.
Load by 1. You learn the Misty Step and one first. I'm gonna say no on that one. That's way too much.
I have that actually on my General Stew in the other one. It's pretty cool.
No, you don't. You have Gunner.
Fey touched, and there's another. There's the opposite, the other touch.
There's Fey and there's Shadow, but you have.
The thing is, the spell that what restricts that is that the spell that feat gives you has to come from like 2 schools, like enchantment and
divination.
So they're a little gay. I mean, I took Hex, which is probably the best option you could take. Because you look, actually, when you go to the 2 schools, you're like, oh, yeah, that sounded great, but there's not actually very many good spells in that school.
But you also get Misty Step along with that spell.
Yeah.
And you can cast it at will.
No, you can only cast it once.
Once per day.
Once per day.
All right, once per day, but with
it's
free.
like as my Eladrin, I have the same thing. I can do it as a racial ability once per day. So it's not like it's unprecedented. I mean,
right.
You get 1 point. You get 1 point in the Wisdom or Charisma. You get Misty Step, and then you get something from a particular 2 schools.
Enchantment and divination.
So it's good, but you think about Magic Initiate gives you a first level and 2 cantrips. So you get no cantrips. You only get you basically get 2 first level spells. Only one has to be Misty Step, and one has to come from 2 other fucking schools. So
then you get to cast it. This is
what
I think that's what gets me is free casting. Getting a level 2 spell for free seems pretty broken.
It's not level 2. It's level 1.
Yeah, it's not.
Misty Step is Misty Step is a 2nd level spell.
Oh yeah, Misty Step is, but other Eladrin, like I already get it as a racial. Fae already get the other one, the opposite of they get, instead of Misty Step, they get the other teleport. There's a similar one. So again, it's a once per day. So yeah, it is a fucking. But look at like Dragon, the get Dragon's Breath and shit. I don't know. It hasn't broken. I'm playing with.
I will. How about this? I'll sleep on it.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I'll sleep on it and I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Okay. But no, Stu doesn't have the Fey Touch. Remember, you took Gunner.
No. In my Stu.
Sorry, Captain Stu.
But General Stu is level 9.
Right.
This is what Captain Stu is what he was doing before he was a general. It's like my Saturday game in person is in Ravenloft, and it's General Stu.
Gotcha. But yeah, you tell me if you want ASI.
Which is why I thought it was totally funny, like when we were just talking like RP and like so in Ravenloft in level 9, Stu, he also uses revolver and saber. But he has whip, he got the whip proficiency, like he did the whole study in downtime.
Mm-hmm.
So like earlier we were talking about weapons, and when I said, yeah, I don't know, I'm thinking about getting into the whip. I thought it was pretty funny because at level 9 he has whip proficiency and he uses the whip. So I'm just like, dude, I'm totally filling in Stu's past. Like it's kind of fun. I was actually thinking of going
what? Are you there, Ben? Could be Discord itself. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna call it a good night.